Hey, this is the DIY Marketing School podcast. I'm your host and marketing coach, Melanie Diane Howe. In today's episode, I'm going to talk about Facebook Live, specifically why people are not embracing Facebook Live and how to overcome those objections. All right, so Facebook Live. We are going to talk about live video today. Now, you can go live on multiple platforms. YouTube has a live feature, of course. Instagram stories, you can go live. It's up for 24 hours. Facebook Live has been around. It's, the original social media live streaming that was kind of created and has been embraced by businesses. And so we're going to kind of just focus on Facebook Live today because they are all different in their own ways. But, Facebook is a challenging platform for a business page to make an impact unless you're offering value all the time. And as we all know, the algorithms, as I like to call them, they're kind of like leprechauns doing crazy things in our computers. Facebook really dictates what is presented to us in the news feed. And as a business, you are automatically, squashed as far as, your people being able to see your stuff. And if you're being salesy and promotional all the time, even less, because they know that. Nobody wants to be sold to. And as a business, we are, we're an interruption into the news feed because, primarily people are on Facebook for personal use. We want to see our friends. We want to see what everybody's doing. We're not necessarily going to Facebook to learn something or going to Facebook to, research something. But people do learn and consume content that's valuable, that's helpful on Facebook because we're there and, oh, hey, so-and-so's going live or so-and-so's got this great article or so-and-so's talking about this topic that I'm interested in. So Facebook Live, one of the reasons why Facebook Live is one of the best ways that you can not beat the algorithms, but work with the algorithms. There's really no such thing as beating them, but you need to embrace the algorithms and understand them so that you can work with them. And Facebook Live is one of, as an example, because Facebook Live videos, I read a stat and the stats change constantly. So I don't get too crazy on stats. I mean, they literally are always changing and it can be very difficult to actually find stats that are new. But a stat that I saw recently, says that your organic reach of your regular posts on Facebook, you should expect less than 2% of the people that like your page will see it. Less than 2%. That's depressing. Now, I don't know about you, but I know that my stats they're better than that. But I also focus heavily on offering value all the time. And I think that's why my organic reach does pretty good. It does better than the standard. Now, I just said less than 2%, but what in the same area, Facebook Live videos, you can expect 16 to 25% to see your post. So if you're going to be posting and you're going to be sharing information, I mean, you want to get in front of people. You want people to see your stuff. You're spending all kinds of time creating content and putting things out there. You want people to see it. And so you have a few ways you can do it. You can work with the algorithm or you can do paid advertising. Now, small businesses, we got to be scrappy. Okay. We can't be spending a bunch of money every week so that people see our regular educational content. So Facebook Live is absolutely something that I think every single business, every professional should totally embrace. This is 2019. Facebook Live has been around for a few years now. And if you have not embraced Facebook Live yet, this episode is definitely for you because I'm going to talk to you about a few of the reasons why most people have not embraced Facebook Live or why they don't go live. And I'm going to share some information that helps you overcome some of those, objections, I guess I'll call them. So that's what we're going to talk about. But before I go there, I do want to share that, also some people, they'll say, well, Facebook is not where it's at. I spend my time on Instagram. If that works for you and that's where you are and that's your jam, that is awesome. That's fine. But I still, the stats still show it. The statistics, the information, the data that's out there does show that Facebook is still king when it comes to social media. It's got the most users, it's got the most engagement. It's just got the most watch time for video. It's crazy. Now, when I say watch time for video, you can't really compare watch time of videos on Facebook to YouTube because, hello, that's what all YouTube is. So nix that. But Here's the deal. Here's why I still like Facebook for businesses. There are so many options. There are so many things you can do, especially as a small business, and especially if you're like a small local business. Now you can, add services to your page. There's so much information you can add to your page that you cannot add to an Instagram profile. I think Facebook has all kinds of great features. If you use the features and take the opportunity, then you can do some really great things for your business. You have Facebook groups. There's just so much there. And so I still love when I work with small businesses, they've got to have a Facebook presence. And I strongly encourage it. But so if you're sitting here and saying, I'm more, spending my time on Instagram, that's where all my stuff is. That's where my people are. That's where they used to see me. That's great. I still think you should have a Facebook profile. I still think that you need to be utilizing the Facebook platform to do ads. I still think that Facebook is a great place for you to also push content out there because, if you were putting content on Instagram, great. Take some of that content and put it on Facebook too. If somebody discovers you and their jam is Facebook and not Instagram, then you might be missing some opportunities. So I feel like, Facebook, the profile is important, almost as important as just simply having a web page. So Facebook Live, again, it's going to get you more reach. It's going to do a better job for you. It's got great engagement. People are very likely to engage on these videos. And there's something else I want to share is that, videos only take up 3% of the content on Facebook, but they get the highest rate of engagement. So whether it be a published video, meaning you recorded something and then you uploaded it, or a live video. But live videos get 6 times as many interactions as regular video. Okay. Now, when I might share with you and say, hey, only 3% of the content on Facebook is video. But I just told you that it gets the highest rate of engagement, and live videos get even more engagement. What does this say to you? Come on, think about this. What an opportunity. There's only 3%. Only 3% of the content out there is your competition to be create an engaging video. And the videos are going to perform better, right? So I hope this is helping you get convinced that live video needs to be something you need to embrace, right? But let's get into some of the objections. I'm going to go through 4 common reasons why people don't go live. The first reason is people really just aren't sure what they'll say on live video. And then the next reason is, people just don't think they look good on live video, and they don't want to make a mistake, and they don't want to look foolish, right? And so they're afraid it's live. Like, oh my gosh, what if I fumble with my words, right? We're going to talk about that. And then as I mentioned, but it's actually its own reason, is people don't like how they look on video. They have all these, this self-hatred. They're so critical of themselves, and they just simply do not like how they look on video. So they hate it. They avoid it. They don't do it. And then the last reason is that people get overwhelmed by the tech and they just don't know how to go live. So those are the 4 things that I'm going to cover today on this episode. As we go through each one, I'll give you some tips and some insights that'll hopefully help you overcome those objections. So if those sound like you, keep on listening. We're talking to you. Okay, so you're not sure what you'll say on live video. I get this all the time. People are just like, what would I go live about? You want me to go live every week? That's 52 topics. That's 52 live videos a year. What in the world would I don't know what I would say. So I'm just going to give you a few high level kinds of videos that you can do. So the first one is show someone how to do something. Okay. So I want you to show someone, educate them. So teach them how to do something, whether it be something involved in your business. Let's say, let's say you sell, craft kits, right? You would literally take one of these kits and you would show people how to do it. You would just go walk them through it. If you sell, if you're a retail store and you've got a do-it-yourself kind of paint for furniture, and you also upcycle furniture and you sell this furniture and you sell home decor, you could do a live video that teaches someone how to properly, paint an old chair, right? You could show them the process. Now, if you are a car dealership, maybe you've got, some of your key salespeople, you're letting them do live video on your page. An example would be, you could show someone how to connect their mobile phone to the Bluetooth device on the car, right? Now, is the mobile phone what you're selling? No, but it's a feature that you're making sure people know how to do, and you're showing them how easy it is, which is going to help them. And it's just going to make them think, okay, well, I can do that, right? So you're kind of showing someone how to do something. Educating is one of the best things you can do. I got to tell you. Okay, so the next idea would be go behind the scenes, like let people in your business a little bit. You could show, like, if you are, if you have a studio or a workshop, you could take them behind the scenes and show them around. Actually, show them the inside of your business. Go on a tour, right? You want to become, you want to be inviting. You want to be transparent. You want to show that side of you. You could show, your back warehouse and just kind of show how you handle shipping and receiving. There's just a million ideas. Just going behind the scenes, like, also can help you showcase your employees, which I love as well. So one of the best things you can do that creates excitement is to reveal something. So you can share some big news in a reveal style. If you can build anticipation, then you you can hit the jackpot with live video. So I actually love, when I see nonprofits, they'll have, their annual campaign, and they'll do a live video to reveal the results of how things came out. Or, there'll be a contest, and, a business will wait and they'll do a live video, and they'll actually reveal the winner live on the video, like revealing something. What this does is it creates anticipation, and people are a lot more, they have a lot more tendency to stay tuned. We all remember April, right? The pregnant giraffe. I mean, look at all the views that Facebook Live got, is because there was this anticipation, and it was like something was going to be revealed. I mean, a new baby giraffe, right? And so people constantly checked in on this live video. That's also kind of an example of behind the scenes. So some of these kind of overlap together. Another example I really like is, doing an interview. So interviewing somebody else. So either a customer or a subject matter expert, bringing them on as a guest in your live video. This is another great way to educate or talk about something. But just if you're going to interview a customer, it might be like a testimonial. And if you're going to interview a subject matter expert, like an employee or somebody that maybe works at one of your the vendor companies that you order supplies from, then you can use this style to educate. So again, there's another overlap. But doing an interview is great because it kind of takes all the attention off of you, and sometimes there's more conversation and it's more engagement. When I do interviews in my Facebook Lives, they always do so well. I love doing interviews, and I'm going to be doing more of them. I love them. Another idea for what you can do is a live Q&A. So actually gather some questions and answer them live on video. You could either do this where you post the questions you're going to answer ahead of time, or you could do a post and say, I'm gathering questions and I'm going to answer them live on the video. And anyone that comments and continues to ask questions, you can answer those questions as well. You definitely want to create a show or a shows. So you want to be consistent. And so if you do these regularly, you can actually do one style and do it every week, or you can do, a mix of these styles and do like one a week, but just make sure that you do it in a way where people are going to, really tune in and want to watch you, right? Okay, so those are some ideas for you. So honestly, those apply to almost everybody. Everybody has something to teach. Everybody's got something to show. We all know people that we can bring on to our Facebook Lives, and your customers, your ideal customers, your clients, the people that you want to bring in, they've got questions and you've got answers because you are an expert in what you do. So we all have ideas. We all have things we can go live about, right? So I hope that some of those prompted some ideas for you. Now, I will say this, if you want more ideas that are really a little bit more specific than the examples I gave, then I actually have a freebie for you. So you can go to melaniediane.com, 50 FB live ideas. And that is going to give you, I will email you 50 ideas. Okay. So 50 Facebook Live ideas. I just went through, a dozen or so. And if you need more ideas, I got you covered. If you think about it, that's 50 ideas. You could go live for almost an entire year every single week. So go get that freebie. It's on my website. Again, that's melaniediane.com/50 FB live ideas. And the 50 is spelled out, but I will include that link in the show notes so it's easy for you to grab. Okay, next objection or reason people don't go live. They're afraid they're going to look foolish or make a mistake. Oh, friends, here's the thing. We all make mistakes, right? I mean, I can tell you I've made mistakes. When I go live, I stutter. I mean, heck, I'm stuttering on this podcast, right? I'm probably talking too fast sometimes. I have, been on a live video and I've lost track of what I was saying, and I've like literally fumbled around and been like, I don't even know what I was getting at. There are definitely examples out there. You can Google them. Just Google embarrassing Facebook Lives, and you'll find all kinds of stuff out there. And I guarantee somebody's probably done something way more embarrassing than is even possible for you. But here's what I want you to think about. So one of the things I love about live video is that it's raw, and you are going to make mistakes, or you might screw up, and that's expected. You actually aren't supposed to be perfect on live video. People don't expect you to be perfect. And that actually makes live video, in my opinion, easier than produced video. If you're producing it, you're, polished, and you can edit mistakes out and whatnot. But when you're live, people actually expect there to be a little bit of that rawness and, kind of spontaneous, talk. But here's why I love it. And here's why I think people like live video is it shows that human side of us, right? So you're human. And when you act like one, people like you better for it. And you can act like a human on Facebook Live, which includes maybe fumbling over your words, maybe forgetting what you were going to say, maybe stuttering a little bit, right? Maybe, you've got hair in your face and you didn't realize it or whatnot. Nobody cares. Nobody's going to hate you for it. And if they're super hateful and judgmental, then they're not the right fit for you anyway, right? So you just kind of have to get over that fear of, making a mistake, because you probably will make a mistake on a video here and there. And that's perfectly fine. In fact, it makes it even better. Okay, so moving on to the third reason, kind of similar, but a little different. You don't like how you look on video. So, here's the deal. No one does. No one really likes how they look on video. And the example I'm going to give you is that you always hear about these famous actors and actresses. They will tell you that they don't watch their own movies, or they don't watch themselves on their show, whatever it might be. And that's because even they don't like how they look, right? And they don't want to lose their confidence because they just love to act and they love to do what they do, but they don't necessarily like how they look doing it. So here's the thing. Nobody really loves how they look on video. So you kind of just have to get over it. You know what I mean? I mean, there are definitely some things that you can do that will help you look the best that you can look. And I'll give you 3 tips, okay? 1, get a tripod. Get some sort of mobile device tripod so that you're not holding the phone, because when you're shaking the phone or moving it around, it actually is going to make you look blurry or crooked or whatnot, and it's just distracting. So the live video is not going to be as much fun to watch. Now, if you're doing a tour or something, you're probably going to be walking around. That's fine. But, get a tripod for most of your live videos. It's definitely a better way to go. The other thing is lighting is important. If you don't have any lights, that's fine. Face a window or a doorway. Okay. So natural light is one of the best lighting features that you can use, and it lights up your face, and it does make you look better on video. I promise. And then the other tip I've got you is camera. You want to hold that camera up high. So you want to hold that phone, or make sure it's up high. It's at least at your eye level or above your eyes. Okay. So when you think about like selfies, Google it. Just Google selfie and go to the images, and you'll see like all these pictures of people taking selfies, and they're holding the phones up. Okay. They're holding their phones up high. That's because these, professional selfie takers, right? The narcissistic social media people, they know what looks best. So make sure that camera, the lens is up a little bit higher at your eyes or above. And that actually is going to help some of the shadows on your face look more flattering. It just works. I don't know. It's one of those things, right? I don't want to understand it. It is what it is. Okay, so of all those things, though, I will tell you, lighting is probably your bestest friend. Okay, so if you don't have a tripod, no big deal. If you're not holding the camera up high, no big deal. Lighting absolutely is your bestest friend. It's going to make the biggest impact on making you look better on your live video. Okay, all right, last reason. Okay, you are overwhelmed by the technology and you just simply don't know how to go live. I get that. Yep. It can seem kind of funky. It's like, okay, I'm going to hit this button and people can comment. Like, what do I do? Like about these things? And I don't know. And here's the deal. You're never going to figure it out until you figure it out. So the best way to get started is to get started. And going live is absolutely like a big deal, especially that first time you go live. So I don't want you to go live for the very first time on your business page. Okay, I want you to practice first. Get acclimated with how Facebook Live works, because there are some things. There's buttons. There's a lighting adjustment button. There's a way to bring someone on for an interview as a guest. There's like stuff, right? And you don't really know what that's like until you do it. There's a description you got to create before you go live. So just give yourself, take a deep breath, give yourself some grace, and just practice. I've got 2 ways that you can practice. One, a lot of people don't realize that this is a capability, but you can actually go live on any page, either your personal page or a business page, and you can actually set the privacy to only me. And I'm holding up air quotes right now, only me, because that's literally what the setting is. So, you have your privacy setting of public and, friends and things like that. There's also a setting that is only me, and no one will see that piece of content except for you. Now, I don't really know what this is necessarily for. Like, I don't really know why anyone would ever want to publish something and then make it only visible by them. But maybe they did this so that people could practice some things. I don't know. But there is a privacy setting that you can set that's only me. So you have to click on it, and sometimes you have to click more to see that setting. So you can actually practice going live by yourself with no one seeing it. Now, the only disadvantage to that is you're not going to get to see what it's like to see comments pop up and those types of things, because those do come up. And that is kind of something that I always like people to have a general understanding of. The other way you can practice, which is the way I really recommend, is I want you to find a friend. It could be your spouse, your partner, your best friend. It could be your business partner. It could be someone that works for you. It could be your kid. I don't care. It could be your mom. I mean, right? Well, the least judgmental person on earth, I hope, would be your parents. So go create a private Facebook group and make the group secret or just simply closed. And when you create a private group, the reason why you have to have somebody else is because you can't create a group by yourself. You actually have to have somebody else. You have to invite someone to this group to create a group, right? So you can't have a one person in a group. So find somebody, tell them you're going to do this, and add them to the group, and then go live in the group. And then have this person, you can have them, watch you, tell you how you sound, comment so you can see what those comments look like. I mean, honestly, find somebody that is wanting to embrace live video as well and practice with them. And you guys can practice with each other. I have actually a few of these groups that are practice groups. I have one that I call it my sandbox, because I play around with new technology. Anytime I'm checking out a new live app for my, when I do my show or I screen share and things like that, I actually use that group to just kind of check it out, test it, see how it goes. If I've got a mic I want to test, to try out, I practice in there as well. And I also use this group when I want to practice an interview with somebody, and I want to kind of give them an idea about what it's like to be interviewed on a live video. So private groups are a great way for you to practice. All right, there you go, you guys. We did it. We got through those 4 major objections that I'm sure you have felt if you are avoiding live video. I'm sure that those reasons touched on quite a bit of the reasons why. Now, I'm going to say they're reasons. They're kind of excuses too, right? Like, oh, we don't like how we look. Well, you got to get over that. I want you to get over it. I want you to do something about that. And I want you to go live. I gave you all these great reasons why Facebook Live is so great for small businesses, especially, ones that are local and they don't have a huge following. They need to make a great impact with, their efforts. You're busy people. You don't have a lot of money to spend on stuff. So you've got to, what you do implement out there, it needs to work. Okay. And regular social media posts aren't really cutting it anymore. And if you've got a blog out there and it's a great blog and you share that link to Facebook, it's not going to perform as well as it used to back in the day. And so you could write a blog post, and then you could do a Facebook Live, and you could touch on or talk about some of those, the concepts in your blog post, because you're educating. And then you can tell people, hey, if you want to read further about this, I've got a blog post I just put up on my website, right? So use the Facebook Live to share about the blog post instead of just, hey, here's my latest blog post and you have a link, right? That just doesn't work as well anymore. And so try it, do it, get yourself out there, do some Facebook Live. I went live every single day for an entire month, and it had exponential results. My Facebook following, my Facebook page likes went up 30%. I mean, it was a 30% increase, which is massive over just a 30-day period of time. That's a massive, and I used no ads, no Facebook advertising. I boosted no posts. It was all organic, and I got great reach. I've got, new people that are following me now, and now people kind of expect my live videos, and I get even more engagement on my videos now because I did this little blitz, right? So I highly encourage you to embrace live video. I definitely gave you the ideas that I hope that you'll listen to, and you wrote them down, and you're thinking about how they can work for your business. And again, go grab that freebie that I put up. I've got it up on my website. It's 50 Facebook Live ideas, okay? 50 ideas for you. So I went through like a dozen on this podcast, and this freebie, it's just a nice little sheet, and it just lists all these ideas, and you can apply them to your business. You're good to go. You got 50 ideas. You can't use the first excuse that you don't know what you'll talk about, right? So go to melaniedyann.com. That's MELANIEDYANN.com/50 spelled out FB live ideas. Okay. And it's in the show notes. So go grab that freebie and let me know. I want to know how you're doing live video. What results are you getting? Are you ready to go do live video? I want to know. Please let me know. Feel free to email me anytime. Melanie@melaniedyann.com. Let me know how you're doing with Facebook Live. All right, you guys, that's what I got for you today. Get out there, go be awesome, and go live.